Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of us doing things on this channel that are not exactly game related. This is Microscope. Yeah, that's the word. I think we're on our third iteration of this, and I think this is going to be just spending some time. What do you want to say?
Tying up loose ends, as it says in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and do just that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to place my thoughts. Where exactly did we leave off? We talked a little bit about Aurelia. We talked a little bit about the starting area. I was asking questions about characters. That's right. Well, knowing a little bit more about the backstories of these two characters has been helpful because it will help me ask some more maybe pointed questions. Instead of starting at license level 0, I'd like to start us at license level 1. And that is purely because that means you will have access to the real mechs.
That's two.
Is it really?
Yeah, you have to have two license levels in a license in order to have the frame.
Because, like, license level 4 is where most campaigns stop.
Because 1 is where you start getting just like basic systems.
I will never understand why they did this.
Yeah. I think it's because the frame changes your game plan so much.
Well then, we're going to start at license level 2 because I think starting with the unless I'll leave it to you guys. We start at license level 0 and you get your choice of one of 3 they're not called GMS anymore. What are they called? They are called GS, Guild Solomon. Yes, Guild Solomon mechs. One of, I think, 3 different chassis that really aren't too different from one another. Or do we want to start at license level 2 with all the cool stuff?
I like license level 2, but that's just me. But that's
I'm
because
okay.
I like Lancer and like all the funny robots.
Yeah, I'm okay with 2.
Okay. Because I was going to say the alternative is the first couple of license levels, I mean, the beginning of your story would basically be how you came by those mechs, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Which also could be cool.
It's up to you guys.
Maybe we do that and it's also easier than... Because I know this is your first time with this system, Lo.
Yeah.
So it lets you play around with a kind of all-arounder mech before you decide what you want to... What kind of war crime you want to be.
Yes, if there's anything that we've learned about this system is that no one is safe from the war crimes.
Everything in here does funny things.
It's all computer. It's all war crime.
It's turtles all the way down.
There you go. Okay, so that being said, let's. So we're going to start at license level 0. Let me just take us back to the big bits and pieces. We'll put that down.
Have you thought about what kind of mech you want, Lowell?
Not much. But I've been looking at it. I got sick on Tuesday, and that kind of knocked my ass out.
Ah, that's fun. That's always fun.
Yeah, feeling a little better now though.
Good. At the very least, we can go through maybe step by step and build our characters real fast. Since we're here, I can't show them on screen, but
Cool. Where's CompCon?
yeah, if you guys want to open up CompCon, everybody let me know when we're ready.
I'm not so oogly goo right now. Here we go. Don't show this again. Create new pie. Need to look some stuff up.
Okay. Are you guys on CompCon at least?
Yes, I am on CopCon doing the very start stuff.
I'm getting on it right now.
Okay. First things first is the content manager when you're getting on. And that goes to you for you too, Rowan.
Is which part?
You want to make sure you've got all of the content packs downloaded.
Oh, yeah. Gotta
I've got a
grab those.
Dropbox pinned.
Yes.
And it's
Especially
got all the
'cause
good stuff.
One of the mechs I was looking at, I think, is in Solstice Rim. It's the Kalendula. The you and me are going to the Shadow Realm. Though that'll lead to some not fun stuff for you because then we have to fuck around with intangibility.
You're already making me so excited.
As long as I'm intangible, which I can do as a protocol, no one can touch me.
Everybody there.
Yeah, I'm just downloading packs.
I was gonna say,
I'm probably
Lo,
going to right now.
Yeah,
when you do get in there, I do recommend making an account if you haven't.
yeah, I will. Where did you put the link for the Dropbox?
In Discord, if you look at the pinned messages.
Yeah.
On PC, there's a top right corner a little thumbtack.
Yeah, let me get on it on my computer. I'm on it on my tablet right now.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think of a name for what my background would be.
Oh yeah. You installed the packs. Wrong.
I have them pulled up so I can start installing them once I get through the pilot build.
Oh, that's back on the home page with the content manager.
Yeah.
I think there are some custom skills.
Oh. Let me actually pull out of the wizard and I can restart that later. Yeah, content manager. Install. I just need the LCP file. I just want the download. I don't care about anything else. Don't make me sign in, Google. I hate you.
Okay, and it's just the CompCon file? Or is it a different?
The CompCon LCP files.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
You're good.
Hopefully it downloads all of these as it did. Select LCP file.
Yeah, there's a one at the bottom that says CompCon files. They're all in there.
No, I don't want the zip. I want to go into that.
Yeah. There should be 8 of them.
Oh, baby.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep.
That's not what I want. Maybe if I just extract all of these. Do we need the NPC data?
No. Nope, that's for my
Copy
eyes
file.
only.
We'll go look at it anyway. Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, moved all that to so where's the new folder? Oh yeah, it does add a bunch of stuff.
Yes, it do.
Install that one. Install that one. It got mad at me.
Oh, why you get mad?
I clicked off of it and was like, I'm closing.
Oh, gotcha.
Install that one. And there's been so much content added since we played where like long rim or I think it was no room for a wallflower
Yeah.
was the last thing.
Yep.
Now they have a fucking spin-off game.
Oh,
Yeah, Battle Fleet, I think it's called. Battle Group.
oh, a scaled up version.
Yeah, it's the one where you play spaceships.
Gotcha.
Operation Your Scars, Solstice Rain.
Yep. Let's see. Duskgrave, Karakin Trade Baronies,
Shadow.
Operation Solstice Rain, Operation Winter Scar, Shadow of the Wolf, and Siren Song. Trust me, it was not cheap to buy all that.
Well, it is very appreciated, especially because I love Lancer.
Oh yeah, and it's worth it too. Especially if only one person has to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think I can new pilot.
Yeah, I got them all as well. Okay, so.
Sweet. Okay, so yeah, in CompCon, there is that button. It says Content Manager. You click on it.
Yeah, I got them all downloaded. We're good.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So, to build your first character, you'll go to Pilot Roster. You'll hit Create New Pilot. Full name. Well, let me just roll a couple times. Oh, by the way, let me read this in my most official voice. Welcome to the Union Administration Department's ident registration service. Ident is the OmniNet-based certification system that guides the user through the UAD's pilot registration process. Ident helps ensure pilots meet regulatory and policy requirements through the use of NHP-directed data validation protocols. Union regulars that have already been issued an RM4 ident fingerprint should not complete this form unless instructed to do so by their commanding officer. Note: all fields marked with the exclamation glyph must be populated. By submitting this form, you attest that your responses are truthful and accurate to the best of your knowledge. Knowingly providing false or incomplete information is punishable under DOJ House Resolution AR 303J. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna hit the random button a couple times. Let's see. Okay, this is spelled really dumb, but I like the name, so I'm gonna keep it. Kennedy with an I. No? We think that's normal? Okay.
Tragedy naming.
But an I with no Y. Kennedy with an I and no Y. So unless they pronounce their name Kennedy,
Canada.
but
Man, they had
yes,
a lot of stuff. Sisop.
this character's name is Kennedy Dembinski. You realize this is now an NPC. I am making an NPC that is gonna be a companion at some point. So the question is, what does Kennedy sound like? If Dembinski were filling out this form, what would they say to themselves as they did it? You know, I was gonna do my best Gilbert Godfrey impersonation, but I am not gonna subject that. We'd probably get a channel strike, so I'm not gonna bother doing that. Call sign. Let's take a look here. All of these are way too cool for a person named Kennedy Dembinski.
Is it D-E-M or D-E-N?
D-E-M. Dembinski.
I call her Demi. That's her call sign. Because most of the time a call sign is actually making fun of you, or it's your title.
Well, I was thinking of some stories I have heard of call signs. Anyways, you were going to ask something, Lo?
I was gonna ask. I guess what's the significance of a call sign? That's the first time.
In combat, dealing with other mercenary factions, and pretty much everyone that doesn't know you personally will probably use that name. That name is your face to the world. People may call Kennedy Dembinski Kennedy to their face, or after they've taken the last beer out of the fridge without asking, that beer they did not pay for, and I was looking forward to it, Demi. But thanks. But yes, call sign Demi, or you know what? No, her call sign is Binsky. Yes, Binsky. Anyway, now let's take a look at the backgrounds. So prior occupation or position. Of course, the person with the last name Dembinski was absolutely a janitor. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm trying.
Sorry to all the Dembinskis out there. You can still dream.
Was obviously what's the polite what is the, if I have to put this on like official paperwork, what do I
Custodian.
Yes, there we go. Custodian.
Be respectful.
We're gonna put lead custodian.
There we go.
We're trying really hard to bump up our paperwork, bump up our visibility. I wasn't just any janitor.
The janitor.
Okay. The last two, adding a biography and adding a description. Well, let's play a game. Let's go to the description first for Binsky. And we'll say, let's roll some dice. I happen to have... Okay, I don't happen to have. The internet probably has a chart I can use to roll random... Yes, there we go. To roll some dice. Let's see. Okay, let's roll a d20. What did we get here? Okay, a 12. Well, skin color, 12. Tan. Great, we're off to a perfect start. Because we've done everything random up to this point for Binsky, I feel like I should just continue.
Mhm.
Now I have to roll a D100. Okay. And we rolled a 28, which means her features are unmarked. Okay. Roll a d20. Never actually... This is actually a D&D table of all things. But I've never actually seen one like this, much less used it. 14. Let's see. I rolled the wrong die because I was looking at the wrong thing. I need another D100, please. Well, 43. Hair, 43. Okay. Brown hair. What next? Texture is another D100. And I'm just going to roll another D100 right after that, because then it's hair length. So I rolled a 96 and a 77. Patchy. They skipped it. They screwed up the table. We're just patchy, hip length brown hair. Okay.
Okay, here's a question I have since I've gotten a little bit further ahead.
I'm sure you have.
For low.
Yeah.
What sort of combat role do you want to take?
So
There are I was going to say there are 3 basic types: tank, DPS, and support.
Okay.
Like, do you want to be a frontline fight? To use the game's terms, are you feeling more support, more bulwark, striker, or artillery?
I forgot there was artillery.
I'll say I don't think I want to be a tank this time. I want to do something a little different.
Okay.
Let me get to that point. Hang on.
88.
Because I'm wondering how easily I could basically mimic the RX-82 Gundam in this.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Because I'm like, probably a Sherman for the beam rifle. Probably want points in Tokugawa for the beam saber. You could probably count just about anything for the head Vulcans. then maybe I think it's the Drake that has the big shield. Because I could do that, or I could do the funny one, the Kalandula, which is basically I just yoink people into the Shadow Realm with me, and then we beat the shit out of them.
I'm gonna have to send you to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
It's like if you've ever played League of Legends, you're Mordekaiser, where you grab someone and none of you can be touched by your allies as you just beat the shit out of them. Because I think the intangible rule is you just can't be targeted by people who aren't also intangible.
Okay. My pilot description: tall, lanky, with lightly tanned skin, thin brown shoulder-length hair, and bright blue eyes. Okay. Good enough to get me started. I'll figure out a well, I can do the backstory later. Obviously, she was so good at being a glorified mech cleaner that they decided to let her, sit in one, and then she probably stole it or something. I don't know. Okay. There's room for a pilot image. We're not going to mess with that right now. So, there is a select character template recommended for new players. Were you planning on doing that, or just hitting continue? Lo?
I think I just hit continue.
Okay, then I will follow along with you. So you're looking at your pilot skills now? Or are you already done with that?
Oh, no, I'm still trying to pick the one that I want.
Okay. So, the nice thing about all of these triggers is that they affect your character specifically outside of combat. So, if for some reason, like, I don't know, you've got to, for example, scout out a cartel's base of operations deep in the jungles of Nicaragua. And even though you've got a suit which provides a modicum of invisibility, a tank walks by, you can roll to get out of the way before it runs you over. Not that that situation has ever happened to a character on this channel, especially not one of mine. I'm waiting for Rowan to say something.
What am I supposed to be saying? I'm sorry.
I was talking about the time I had to leave my mech to go scout a cartel base.
Yeah, that there are times that being in the big robot is a disadvantage.
Yes, if I heard any protesting from you, I was gonna say, well, it didn't happen in Nicaragua, so I. Matter of fact, I don't remember where it happened, actually.
Was not Nicaragua. It was...
No.
It was Guatemala, I think.
That sounds about right. But, so, we get 4 of those, and we have to select 4 different skills. So, I think for Binsky here, we're going to go with a skill that every janitor has, blowing something up. What, you think those highly caustic chemicals are for cleaning? Let's also scroll down a little. Yeah. Let's also say another skill that she has is show off. Let's see. Now, every janitor has to be top-notch at spotting, because how else are you going to see those messes? And the very last one in the last... I'm just going to pick one out of each. I think the last one we're going to pick is get a hold of something. Now, down at the bottom, if you're not happy with any of these, there are custom skill triggers. I believe I took advantage of those several times because my character was a swordsman woman. Well, she had to be very good with the sword. So, yeah.
Okay.
What do you got picked up?
Let's see. Did go. I think the template I want to use is like the type, I guess. I picked hacker, so now I'm looking at all the rest of that stuff. So, let's see. Yeah, definitely hack or fix, and then invent or create.
Okay.
And I do kind of like the ones that it had picked up. I'm trying to see if there's some better ones.
Or, like I said, you can make your own.
Yeah.
And I would say if you're going to make your own, the best thing to do is keep them general so they can apply to a lot of different situations.
Yeah. I'll say, rather than take control, I do like blow something up.
I mean, what else did they teach you on Red Giant? Working Red Giant freighters.
Let's see.
God, I love fucking Halo soundtracks, man.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm old and have Alzheimer's, playing this is the stuff that'll bring me back.
I'll remember that.
You know, I think I'm gonna go for the Sherman, which means there is at least one talent I need.
Okay.
And that is Nuclear Cavalier.
Oh, we'll discuss those in a minute. If you think the choices are hard now, Lo, for things that, I'm going to be honest, don't honestly come up that often.
Yeah.
Well, before I do, Lo, do you want to be a ranged or a melee character? Knowing that there are some melee characters that aren't like tanks that are meant to be like, I'm going to walk up and chew you like bubblegum.
I feel like
Because the-
ranged would make sense. And also, like, had it with the hacker bit, I was thinking, like, not necessarily up close and personal. So that would make sense.
So we'll be like a couple of ranged bloodies,
Yeah.
potentially.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I got my skills. Blow something up, hack or fix, invent or create, and stay cool.
Sweet. You have one thing that will help you if you are ever confronted with a diplomatic situation. Works for me. So yep, we'll hit continue. This
Now-
is where you are going to spend some time.
Yeah.
Now, starting out in a license level 0 mech, basically all of these are usable. Some will be better than others, especially once you hit license level 2. Yeah, once you hit license level 2, and actually picking a mech, all I can say is, especially for a first-time player, if you don't like the selections you make, when it comes time, we can always rebalance where you put your points in. Because it's no fun to play something you don't like.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So, I think, obviously, as the greatest custodian on Aurelia, she's obviously most comfortable with a melee character, which means that we need to take a look at. Let's take a look at Brawler. So, up close and personal, the way the battle was done since the dawn of time, then forgot with the first spark of gunpowder. Tempest Gloire, okay, is one pilot who prefers the old ways. Hand-to-hand weapons discarded, just the strength of her machine versus the strength of all others. You and her both know that the sweetest victory is found at the culmination of a dance as old as war itself, with the first trick known to humanity, a fist to your enemy's face. I feel like they would have been a lot better served had they pulled that and replaced it with, to quote an ancient famous boxer, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. But now, this is one where you could absolutely max. Can you max them out at license level 0, Rowan?
No, you can only you start at level 1 in a
so you have to
in a
pick
talent at this part. See, I'm probably going to take Nuclear Cavalier. I'm looking at Black Thumb, which is a fun one.
Black Thumb Rodeo, huh?
Black Thumb Rodeo means I can get out of my mech to start doing things like field repairs.
Yep.
And eventually I can do it to friendly mechs.
I forgot about Empath. That one was fun.
And if you have an NHP, which is a term in the Lancer setting, it means non-human person. It's an AI. If you have an NHP in your mech and you dismount with like Black Thumb Rodeo, the NHP can still pilot the mech while you're outside.
Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. So I'm looking now at Demonologist, which is part of the Operation Solstice Rain data. So, first chevron, when you use a grenade, you may choose one character in the effect. Hold on one second.
Unstable NHP system. I
swap over to that.
Yearn to awaken.
Oh, so when you use a grenade, you may choose one character in the affected area to ignore its effects. Additionally, at the end of each scene, you restore one charge to each limited system with the mine tag for each undetonated mine you deployed from that system. Interesting. Let's see, there's Sysop. Let's see.
I don't remember what bolstering is.
It's a support action. Okay. That's a good support thing. Orator. Gain the convincing rhetoric action. Okay, what does that do? Once around, when you or an allied character take the quick scan quick tech action against a hostile character. Oh. You open an isolated comms channel with your target, and they become impaired. This lasts until they succeed on a systems check at the end of their turn. They cannot clear the impaired in any other way. Interesting.
Hey man,
Actually-
you guys kind of suck at this, man.
Well, so even the candy text is interesting. Only the fool sees war as a means to an end. You know the integrity of any human is far easier to penetrate than a chassis' exterior hull plating. So let fools be fools and speak your truth. Tell them the gods they worship die a quiet death. Tell them the mana they covet invites despondency, and the voices they follow lead nowhere. They will hear you, this is undeniable. And in doing so, will even begin to question the motives of the hands they use to hold and the feet they use to walk. Your power is that of the orator, and in years to come, your histories will paint war in a bygone remembrance. I mean, is cool. Okay. Ooh.
Okay, here's working on mine real quick. Sorry, because
No,
I
you're
think
good.
this is something. I don't know how much you know about Gundam Gunner, but I know you know Titanfall.
I've never played, but I know of.
Damn.
Yes.
I was gonna say, do I make a Gundam Zero custom Sherman, or do I recreate Ion from Titanfall?
Describe both to me.
So, do I want to be a Sherman that flies around and sees literally the entire battlefield? Or do I want a Sherman that looks at someone and then goes, I'm going to fire 5 different laser systems, and then reduces them to the meme about drinking the Grimace milkshake and it's just a pair of shoes?
I mean, my personal inclination is fire the lasers.
Because the build I'm looking at has your solid core integrated, the Annihilator laser rifle, the Soul Pattern laser rifle, and the Andromeda Pattern heavy laser rifle. Also known as Pew Pew.
Oh God. Wait, did Sassy have the Iconoclast pilot talent?
No. Iconoclast wasn't a thing yet.
Okay, have you read it?
Yeah, where you have a NHP that just zaps people for damage based on the number of NHPs you have shoved into your mech. See, that does come with a risk, though.
Yes.
This is something for you to know as well, though. NHPs give you all sorts of bonuses. But
Until they
if your
cascade.
if your mech takes structure damage or overheats, they have to roll, and if they fail, they cascade. Which means if you are not in direct control of your mech, they will immediately start freaking out and do anything to protect themselves, including potentially running away or attacking allies.
There's a prospector talent. This is great.
If you take the prospector with the kobold that creates terrain features,
Basically, you turn into a worm from Dune.
you become Shai-Hulud.
Okay, I'm just going to read this for low. I hope I'm not distracting you too much.
Mhm.
This one sounds thematic to your character, though.
Yeah, I kind of saw that one.
Okay, you've read it already?
Yeah. I was trying to say. I like a lot of these, and it's like, dang it.
They're all good. And like I said, if you find a thing and are not a fan of it, we can always swap things around.
Yeah.
Look at the Tachyon Lance.
Oh my god. Pancrati is also good. House Guard. Oh, that's actually really good. Front rank, you count as adjacent when you are within range 2 for the purposes of your effects on allied characters. Second rank, your mech gains the Guardian trait if it doesn't already, which means that adjacent allies can use your mech as hard cover. And Guardian now additionally grants soft cover to all adjacent allies from all directions. And then third rank, Shield from the Legion. Once around, when you reduce damage to an allied character, cancel an attack against them or cause one to miss, you just deal 2 energy damage from the attack to the attacker and knock them prone. That's fucking great. All right. Binsky is a Jedi with a mop. So, yeah. There we go. So, yeah, absolutely perfect. And it makes sense for the tank role that I think maybe they'll play. Walking Armory. I think I've seen this one before.
I think
Ammo case system. Yep.
a couple of you in last game had walking armory.
Which I guess makes sense. It opens up your ammunition to different types.
You know, I think I'm gonna go with the flying Sherman because that just sounds fucking funny. The idea of a flying...
Oh wait, nope. That's
Stars and Stripes Forever.
Yeah. I was thinking, for whatever reason, I devolved into
Washington Post.
I don't know. Yeah, that one. But that I think that's a Brit thing, right?
No, that's an American. That's a Sousa.
Is it? Okay.
Is it truly? Is there anything more American than a flying monster that shoots lasers? That shoots nuclear death from above?
True.
We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
Sorry. Just in the background. Do I hear... Is that... Oh, shit.
Although,
Okay.
that would be kind of... Didymos class NHP from the Lich in order to steal your allies' conditions and then get rid of them when you stabilize.
I think the second one I'm going to take is Vanguard, Handshake Etiquette. Gain +1 accuracy when using CQB weapons to attack targets within range 3. Perfect. And then the last one... That's not going to help. Oh, shit. Does anybody... Were you planning on doing something with lock-on, Rowan?
Potentially.
Okay, because then I can take the spotter skill.
Because anyone can use lock-on. It's a very useful thing that I think was
Right.
underutilized last campaign.
Well, I think we fell into the trap of deal damage or lock-on.
It would be useful for the build I'm looking at, which is I'll be flying above the battlefield but be very hard to hit.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
I don't lose my hidden condition when I'm in line of sight if I take Infiltrator.
Oh, but you're going to be flying, so that doesn't work.
But it
You have
does
to be
mean-
adjacent.
Oh. Nah. Unless I
Yeah.
took... There's one that's like you count as adjacent as long as you're within range 2.
But that's what the Guardian, or the House Guard does already.
So right now I have Nuclear Cavalier and Brutal.
Let's see. Integrated Chaff. Yes, give the NPC Field Commander, right?
Don't think I want to take Ace yet because I can't fly yet.
Oh, I'm gonna take the Juggernaut skill.
Good Rams.
Basically.
You take that on a Nelson, it gets goofy.
What about a Barbarossa?
You're not going to be doing a lot of ramming with the Barbarossa because the siege cannon requires you to immobilize yourself.
Don't use the siege cannon.
Huh?
Right?
Why are you playing the Barbarossa then?
Size 3?
Just take a size 2 and pick up Fomorian frame.
Or you can pick a size 3 and pick up Fomorian frame.
Mm-hmm.
And then your size... Jesus.
Size 4.
Big, bro. Very big.
Sorry. How are you doing, Lo?
I think I have my 3.
What you going with?
Hacker, Prospector, because I like that one too. And then I think I did choose Walking Armory, because I like that.
Okay. Alrighty. Then we will move on to the next.
Yeah.
Well, last thing we have are 4 different skills that we can dump points into. Now, these, unlike the first time we were picking stuff, these all affect the abilities of your mech. So, for example, last time I was in a Lancer campaign, I dumped everything I could get my hands on into agility because it bumped my evasion, which made me harder to hit, and my speed, which meant I could move further per turn. Hull increases your mech HP, and something that didn't get used a lot in that campaign, but is there as an option, is repair capacity. So between fights, you can repair more lost damage. Engineering, heat capacity and limited systems bonus. There are really 3 ways that you can hurt a mech. You can deal damage to the structure, of course. You can hit it with weapons that build up heat, or it can overuse abilities that generate heat. Or there are tech attacks that you can do to target basically the systems inside, which it would be systems. Now, I would recommend whatever mech we end up choosing for you in the future, or you end up choosing in the future. If you're gonna dump it into systems, make it something that actually uses systems. We can get more into that in a bit. But for right now, I think for Binsky here, mech HP makes sense, and I could dump both points of that if I wanted to. But I think I'm going to dump one into engineering as well. So, yeah, like engineering, it says heat capacity, that's, 1 additional heat. And every 2 levels, you'll get an additional limited system bonus. There are some weapons that only have so much ammunition, and then they run out. That'll give you extra ammunition.
Okay. Yeah, I like systems and I like engineering, so I'm splitting mine, I think.
Okay. What did you do for yours, Rowan?
For my Hess or whatever. Hesh.
Oh, just your mech skills.
The skills I picked were, let me there. So for my actual pilot skills, I picked Charm, Hacker Fix, Read a Situation, Take Control. For my 3 talents, should be, is it in Mech Hanger? Did you see that? Oh, Tactical Profile. I picked Nuclear Cavalier, which gave me Aggressive Heat Bleed. The first attack roll you make on your turn while in the danger zone deals +2 heat on hit. Brutal,
Sorry.
which gave me Predator. Whenever I get a nat 20 and critically hit, I deal max possible damage and bonus damage.
Jesus.
And then Tactician for Opportunist. Once per round, gain +1 accuracy on any melee attack if at least one allied character is engaged with target. That one I'm doing to set up for the next level, which is +1 accuracy on any ranged attack if I am on a higher level.
Okay.
Than the
And what
target.
about your pilot mech skills?
Yeah, mech skills, I took 1 engineering and 1 agility. If I'm going to be playing a Sherman, there's going to be a lot of engineering because I need heat cap.
Fair enough. All right.
Because one of my weapons deals 3 heat to myself every time I shoot it.
Gotcha. All right, and that just about finishes up our registration. Real fast, what did Dux? What is Dux's call sign?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it could be Dux, but dude.
Yeah,
Dux
so
their real name?
I think Dux is their real name, but their full name is Dux Fundaman. And so their call sign is Duman.
Demin.
D-U-M-A-N.
Duman.
Oh.
You Duman.
Alrighty. So, now that all that's done, congrats, you have a pilot. So, now we want to go home. And we're going to go back to the pilot roster. We're going to click on our character. I'm going to click Binsky. Alright, this opens up the regular profile here, so shows me a couple little things. If you're following along low, there is something in the right hand that says Pilot Grit, +0. Similar to Pathfinder, as you level up, your character will be given this flat bonus to everything called Grit. And yeah, that's pretty much just what Grit is. It should show your 4 skills, and show that when you do one of those 4 things, you get a +2 bonus on your rolls for that.
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at gear loadout. So, I'm gonna say, oh, actually, yeah, you can pick one of everything. So, pilot armor, you pick what you like. Pilot weapon, same thing. Pilot backup weapon, same thing. Pilot gear, pilot gear, pilot gear. Okay. For Binsky, I think they're gonna want... What's the difference between a hard suit and okay, so worse. Okay. So I think Binsky is gonna wear the heavy carapace hard suit. It has, let's see. Actually, why do I want to wear this? It may make more sense just to wear the heavy hard suit.
The
the heavy
hard suits
carapace
have energy
resistance to energy. Yes, I see that now. Why they didn't put that as a tag is beyond me. Now, last campaign when I was playing a character, I used the stealth hard suit. Now, it gave me no armor protection, it gave me no health bonus, But it gave me an evasion of 8, which in a system that is rolling a d20 is really important. And it gave me the ability to become invisible. And unlike magic in the D&D setting or the Pathfinder setting, where when I make an attack, I lose invisibility, the only time I lose this invisibility is if I take damage.
True.
So that's why I did that, because I could go invisible.
You could be just a nuisance.
Pretty much. But I think let's do... Yeah, let's do the heavy carapace hard suit for Binsky. Because, well, there's nothing subtle about Binsky.
Subtle!
We're going to say their main weapon is... a medium melee weapon. And their backup is going to be a heavy signature. Perfect. Now, as for pilot gear... Oh, there's so much good here.
Does it help to know what I picked?
Yeah, I can fill in any holes you need.
Because I took the Omni Hook, data plating, and patch.
Okay, so the Omni Hook, a communication terminal, okay. Data plate is basically
A HUD.
A HUD, okay.
And it also does active language translation. And allows me to communicate to people on the same comms channel as me silently.
Sweet. Yeah, what was the last one?
Patch. The healing juice.
Patch. Yep, that makes sense. I should be asking, what is Duck's going with so far?
I haven't gotten to the gear yet, honestly. For the armor, I went with the light hard suit, and then trying to decide on my two weapons. Had the medium signature picked as my backup, but I kind of want that as the main. Then maybe the backup is something else.
Okay.
Oh, and I took
Now.
a light melee weapon and a medium signature weapon.
Okay.
Nice.
I will say, now, I don't... Technically, if you had to, you could fight a mech with these. But I wouldn't recommend it. Would not recommend it.
Yeah.
They're more useful if we ever get into a fight with, like, duders.
Or if something happens to your mech and you have to bail. Because at that point, it's better than nothing. True. Especially backed into a corner.
Yeah. I kind of like that. So yeah, I mean, it's the main, medium signature, and then something like archaic ranged for in that case, because I mean that makes sense to me. Because if something
That's fine.
happens over out of the soup, like we would need something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's more than fun.
Let's see. These.
Oh my god, they made sunglasses in this game. I'm sorry, anti-photon visor.
Hey, you don't want to get flashed?
Don't tell me what I don't want. Anyway, let's thermite charge could be fun.
There's something funny about it being called a thermite charge.
Why?
I'm just throwing a bucket of thermite at somebody.
Well, thermic reactions are slightly powerful.
True. I like the idea of it being that in my head of just I threw a bucket of thermite at somebody.
Hey, that bucket of thermite may save your life someday.
Oh, but when I start making homemade thermite, people say, don't do that. And domestic terrorism.
Well, yeah, because they don't like it when you use thermite on your neighbor's lawn.
Well, then maybe my neighbor should have been mowing their lawn, and I wouldn't have to do it for them with thermite.
We both know that she takes better care of her lawn than it has any right to be taken care of.
Yeah, and the thermite helps balance it out.
What is a prosic? Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm picking the real shit. For example, a sleeping bag. A sound system. Wait, what? That's... Oh, King used that, didn't he? A tertiary arm?
Yes, and he flavored it as a tail.
That's right.
Like a mechanical tail. I think I want the Maluma.
Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know if I like that. That just makes me feel not good on the inside. The Sylph undersuit?
Advanced intrusion. I probably just want the Everest.
I mean, ugh. And a wilderness survival kit. Because why not? Is it very helpful? I mean, maybe.
Man, some of these auto-generated mech names are pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, like what?
Savage Messiah.
Okay.
Floor model. Never mind the laser.
Oh, that's so good.
Gone.
Okay, so this is the same inspiration you'd see like Vietnam era armor, right? Flower
Earth
power.
is my witness.
Hell, modern day armor.
The gods have spoken.
Jesus, these are all...
You can't explain. Main theme. Hookup of the century.
Why don't we just call it the player character then, at this point?
Cavalier approach. Oscar gunmetal.
How are you doing, Lo?
Alright. Again, lots of
I abhor violence, but
That's not a mech name.
That's a. I wanna be part of I Company and name my tank that.
I abhor violence on one
But-
side, but on the actually, could you do that?
Same time tomorrow.
On the front side of the tank, I abhor violence, and on the
on the
rear,
back, but
I what am I 12?
pain in the ass. Giant fighting robot. Complaint department. End of lifer. The law of attraction. Don't say you weren't warned. These aren't mech names, but they're really, really funny. These are like
Whatever.
these are armor names, like you said.
Well,
Like you could see Dog Company having a tank called "Don't Say You Weren't Warned."
but it does lend to the mentality that I think a lot of mech pilots would have, right? Because as much as you love your tank, if you've got to abandon the tank, you abandon the tank and you get a new one, right?
So give it kind of a fun name.
You know, it's a funny name, but it's not a personal name. Does that make sense?
Aftermarket alimony.
See, there you go. What? I was naming it after my staff sergeant. His name is not Alamo. Yeah, it is. Staff Sergeant Alimony.
100% fatal.
See, you name it shit like that because at the end of the day, it's
Communist wokery.
Shit. That is funny. At the end of the day, it's not it's a tool, not a companion, right? It's not a pet.
God.
You don't name your pet communist wokery, although
No, you do. You do name your pet that.
Zappa, are you communist wokery?
I need to get like the World War II like stencils they used and put communist wokery on my car.
Oh god.
Oh god, that's so good.
So,
I
have you got
think they
anything
like
picked
me.
up?
I got my 3 gears. I
Let's
got
pick.
camo cloth, corrective, and subjectivity enhancement suite.
Hold on one second. What was the first one again?
Camo cloth. That's
Okay.
like basically just disguise. Well, it covers you up and then hides you. Camouflage basically is it. And then corrective. Should I pick that one? I thought I picked a different one. No, wait, I think I did clear that one. Yeah.
Wow. Almost there.
And then subjectivity enhancement suite, that's like let you hack stuff, but you don't have to have a rig to do the hacking. Like you get the wires come out of you and you just get into stuff.
And what was the third one again? I'm sorry.
The third one is
Subjectivity was the second one. I'm sorry.
Second one is corrective.
It's a
Let me
correct.
Thought I did. Oh yeah, okay, that's the right one. Yeah, so I would use an action, a charge, basically to for a down and out pilot, immediately bring them back to consciousness at 1 HP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that nice of you? Here I
Yeah.
am picking a sound system. Anyway. Okay. So, now that we've got that picked out, at the bottom there is a button called Mech Hanger. Let's do the Mech Hanger. And let's add a new mech. So, at license level 0, we have 3 options. The Everest, the Sagarmatha, and the Chomolungma. Say that 3 times fast. I practiced. Fun fact for everybody: these are 3 different names for the same mountains. Actually, the same mountain. What did I say, Rowan? The Chomolungma is what they call it in Tibet.
One
And
of them is
Sagarmatha.
Tibet, one of them, yeah. Chomolungma is Tibet. Sagarmatha is Nepal.
That's right. But yes, so they're all just the Everest. They just sound different. So let's take a look at, if I click the little I information button on the right there. Let's take a look. I'm just going to go ahead and read in my best Mass Effect impersonation, the GMS Everest. Most humans don't think to ask about the history of the water they drink, the earth they walk, or the air they breathe. And yet, without water, earth, and air, there would be nowhere for humanity to make a home. Just the same, the GMS SP-1 Everest is often taken for granted, its importance dismissed in favor of other, more specialized frames. A plain and unpretentious mech defined by simple lines, functional grace, universal compatibility, and sturdy bulk, the Everest is as fundamental to the modern mechanized chassis as the natural world is to human life. The Everest isn't the most specialized mech, but it is the backbone of our expansion imperative. From its shoulders, humanity steps. Prior to GMS's official adoption of the name Everest was a use name given to the frame by its pilots. Mount Everest, or Sagarmatha, or Chomolungma, as it has been called in older human tongues, is the tallest mountain on Caspian. Though not the most prominent peak in known space, nor even the greatest in Caspian star system. Yet, pilots all across the galaxy call their SP-1s by that ancient name. Why? The sentimental answer is that the name is a reminder of what once was the limit of human endurance, once the height of human achievement. To reach Everest's summit was to defy death and stand atop the world, the culmination of months, even years of training, investment, and hard work. Reaching the peak was also a triumph of the people, systems, and institutions behind the individual. A triumph too often left unacknowledged or deliberately erased. Sagarmatha, Chomolungma. Even before the fall, when the massive vaults were built, some names, some stories, were given priority over others. The real story behind the Everest's name is likely much less deliberate. Somewhere along the line, a newly graduated pilot, frustrated by GMS's plain naming conventions, painted Everest across the flank of their SP-1. Maybe it was a call sign, or maybe it represented the pride they felt at success. Either way, the name stuck. Others adopted the name, and over 5 centuries, it grew to become the unofficial designation of the SP-1 chassis. Veteran pilots may never return to the Everest after moving on, but they'll always remember reaching that first summit. The mountaintop where they proved they could plant their own flag at the peak of the world. Sagarmatha, Chomolungma, Everest. You'll never forget it. So let's talk about this mech real fast. GMS Everest is a size 1 mech, which is a fairly standard size for a mech in this system. What that means is you take up 1 tile on the battlefield, and when you are standing adjacent to somebody, you cannot enter the space of another size 1 mech. There are size 0 mechs, which are smaller, which can basically have someone stand on top of you during combat, joining you in the same square. This is reserved for pilots and other specialized mechs. But yes, if we had to put one of your pilots on the battlefield, they would be considered a size 0 mech. Combat profile. We don't have a combat profile. That is fine. But let's talk about some of the base frame attributes. We have the structure, 4, stress, 4, armor, 0. Let's just talk about that top line real fast. So, structure. You see below structure we have hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. There are 10 hit points. If you take 10 damage in one shot, and it drops you from 10 to 0 hit points, congratulations, you just lost one of your 4 structure. What that means is you roll a die, and depending on how high you rolled on that die, different effects happen. It could be as simple as requiring a system, failing a system. Sorry, it could be as simple as requiring a systems check, or being stunned, losing some actions. It could mean losing a weapon. Take enough structure damage and roll bad enough, looking at no one in particular, Rowan. What? Let's just say the consequences become more severe the more structure damage you take. Up to and including, how do I put this nicely? Detonation of your fusion core? Yeah, I don't actually remember what the blast radius on one of those going critical is, but it's not insignificant. So yeah, let's try to avoid that. But 4 structure's good. I've seen mechs with fewer. I think Roan can back me up on that.
With fewer
structure. 3 and 2.
I think that there is one. I can't think off the top of my head.
At the very least, 4 structure is not bad.
Yeah.
It's border. It's standard. We'll put it that way. Now, if you manage to run out of structure, even though you haven't rolled bad enough to spontaneously combust, your mech is still put out of action. So let's try not to lose all that. So you could think of it as having 40 hit points. I wouldn't encourage you thinking of it that way, but you could think of it that way.
Yeah.
Now, there is, to the right of it, stress. Core stress. Rowan, you're going to have to remind me what the core stress does.
Core stress is similar to losing structure, but it's from heat. Some systems will generate heat when you use them. Some weapons will generate heat when you use them, and being hit by anything that gives you heat or gives you burn will generate heat. You have to use a turn to stabilize to reduce your heat back to 0. If you go above your heat cap, the mech goes into an emergency shutdown, which causes you to lose a point of core stress, but go back down to 0 heat as the mech does an emergency cooldown.
And if you suffer
has
too much of that,
similar things where the mech will destroy itself as it overheats and its core melts down.
hey, it's all fun and games. Just remember, you're sitting on top of a nuclear bomb, basically.
Yeah.
And some systems want you to be in what's called the danger zone,
Sorry.
which is at least half or more of your heat cap. Like,
Yep.
we have a heat cap of 7, so you would have to have at least 4 heat generated, and then you would be in the danger zone. The mech that I'm looking at going into, the Sherman, has the ability to, when it stabilizes, even if it's stabilizing with no heat, it automatically goes up to the danger zone. Because every time it does stuff in the danger zone, it buffs up its core ability, which is big laser.
Okay. Next to the right is armor. Armor is very simple. Armor is damage reduction.
Yeah.
Just flat.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a flat damage reduction.
from all damage types.
Except for Ushabti Omnigun.
True.
But yes. Ignore me. We talked about HP already. Evasion. So, if I'm trying to attack your mech, I'm rolling a d20, adding my bonuses, and comparing it to your base evasion, plus any of the bonuses you have. So if you get, maybe, say you had a +2 to your agility, you have an evasion of 10 in me plus my bonuses. Let's just say it's not the most evasive mech in the world, to be expected.
Yeah.
10 health goes further than you think it would in this system. Most things deal damage in a d6 capacity. E-defense. Same thing except for tech attacks. Your E-defense plus any relevant bonuses versus their tech attack plus their relevant bonuses. Attacker wins ties, I believe, in the system, right, Rowan?
Yes. Meets it, beats it.
Okay. Heat capacity. We were just talking about core stress and all that fun stuff. Well, some things you do or some things that are done to you will generate heat. It's just a measure of where you are on that scale of fine to overheating. Depending on the mech, you may want heat. There's a mech called the Genghis. The Genghis.
Well, the Genghis doesn't necessarily want to overheat. The Genghis pumps out heat because its core ability is it turns the area
I'm thinking
around
of
it.
the NBC version, the one that
Oh
Mira
yeah,
is running.
the total biome killer.
TBK, yeah.
Yeah, it wants to overheat because then it causes everyone around it to melt.
Yeah. How to explain that one? SS with a flamethrower. There you go. Anyway.
I mean, it's called total biome kill.
Yes. Anyway. Sensors. 10. That is your sensor range. So if you were going to make a tech attack with this mech, that is how far you can reach out and touch somebody with your tech skills. That will be important for your character if you plan. It seems like you plan on playing a mech that potentially has tech attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a tech attack bonus of 0 on this mech. Some mechs give you a bonus, some like this one don't. repair capacity. So I'm a little hazy on the repair capacity, but in between missions, repair capacity will allow you to recover some HP and potentially structure.
Yes. If
I would
we
have to get into that.
If we are on a mission, because missions can be multiple scenes, we can get back to max HP on our current structure after a scene by spending a point of repair capacity. For most mechs, you can get back lost structure points at a rate of 2 to 1. However, these GM mechs have the frame trait replaceable parts, which is, it turns it into a 1-to-1 because their parts are so plentiful, it's easy to find replacements.
And
So
we'll get
if
into
we
those
get
in just in a minute.
if we get beat to shit in a combat and we know that there's going to be more stuff that has to be done before we can leave and call mission complete, that's what repair cap is for. There's even a mech called the Lancaster that I think has a repair cap of something like 12.
Because it can repair other mechs.
Yes, other mechs can use its repair capacity to heal themselves.
Yep. Next little bucket on here is save target. At certain points, you may have to make a save. That's the number you have to roll better than on a d20. And last, but almost last, speed. How many squares can you move a turn? 4, not great, not terrible. The Everest is a very all-around mech. Last one, system points. So, in addition to the mech you have here, you're going to want to put weapons on it. You're going to want to put other cool stuff like jump packs or other booster things. Or, landmine dispensers, stuff like that. That is a measure of how much you can add to the frame. 6, again, not great, not terrible.
System points go up 1 system point for every 2 points you put in your system stat.
So something to think about.
Okay.
Now, this mech has 2 frame traits. One simple, one actually simple. Never mind. These are both. So, you have initiative. Once a turn, you may take any quick action as a free action. We can get into different types of actions here in a minute. Suffice to say, there are a few different types of actions, and, well, quick action's not, a free quick action's not bad at all. Getting to do more things in a turn is good. Not exciting, maybe, but it's
broken
good.
up into either 2 quick actions or 1 full action.
Don't forget movement.
Yes, and a move action.
And all of the other actions that don't fall into quick action or full action.
Another thing to remember in this system is you cannot repeat an action that you've done this turn.
And we'll get more into that as well.
So you can't skirmish with the same. You can't skirmish twice a turn.
We'll get into what that even means in a bit. Replaceable parts. While resting, Everest can be repaired at a rate of 1-to-1 instead of 2-to-1. So you can repair more easily, just like Rowan said. We're almost there on this spreadsheet. Available weapon mounts. There's a main mount and 2 a flex mount and a heavy mount. Different weapons have different tags. Heavy, main, flex, and it limits what kinds of weapons you can put into each of those slots. You can fill them all up, or you can choose to not. It's up to you.
And there's something to bear in mind if you want to put a super heavy weapon in your heavy mount, like a cyclonic pulse rifle or an anti-material rifle, or a super heavy melee weapon is they also need to eat up another main or flex mount. They need what's called a bracing mount.
You won't have to remember that off the top of your head. CompCon will do
yell
it
at
for
you.
you. Yeah, it will do it for you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of this will be taken care of by CompCon, which is why we're using it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't think there's not a test at the end of this, I promise.
Yeah, no, I appreciate all the information. I was kind of glancing at this one and the other two. I think I'm gonna go with the Chomalungma.
Chomalungma. Let's take a look.
Yeah, that the brilliance thing sounds very good if you want to do tech attacks.
Well,
Yeah.
plus the 15 sensors.
Yeah.
Structure stress, HP evasion, better E defense than the Everest. Better sensors, a worse save target, worse repair capacity, same speed, better tech attack bonus, and the same heat capacity. Very similar, but more tailored to what you're interested in doing, which I think is a great idea. And yes, brilliance. Chomalongma may take a quick tech action as a free action, and then may either bolster or lock on as a free action. We can get into what those do later.
Yeah.
Data Siphon, whenever you make a tech attack against a hostile character, it also automatically scans them. We can get into what scan does. Replaceable parts. While resting, the Chomalungma can be repaired at 1-to-1 instead of 2-to-1, yes. One fewer mount, so you don't have a flex mount. Or, a heavy mount.
Yeah.
But it does give you a couple different invasions. Those are your tech attacks.
Yeah.
So push your target 2 spaces in any direction and knock them prone. If they're already knocked prone, they become immobilized. Oh, that's... You may only immobilize each character this way once per scene. That's evil. I love it. And then System Crusher. Your target takes an additional 2 heat for a total of 4 heat. That's right. I had forgotten that tech attacks will do that. If this invade causes them to exceed their heat cap, they take 4 burn as well. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Burn is another type of damage that affects HP.
And heat.
Yes. God. So
Can't
if you...
get rid of it if you don't stabilize.
I was going to say, so if I've got a heat cap of 4, which is honestly not unheard of.
Yeah.
4 heat cap is just fine. So in one hit, you've maxed their heat cap and given them 4 more heat and burn. Well, regular and more heat on top. That's nasty.
Most enemies also don't have more than one structure or stress.
You just
so
pop
that
them
will just
like
flat
a
out
pimple.
kill a normal enemy, and it would make veteran enemies potentially die.
Sweet. Ash babies. Ash babies all around.
Yes.
You're
going for the Ash baby them because you fill their fucking computer with just toxic levels of memes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm over here with a thermal rifle and a mortar.
I feel like it's a mech version of scanners. Staring at each other.
Their head.
Yeah.
I feel
In the
so
last...
boring with all my guns now.
Oh my god, I just read the last one. Choose any number of hostile characters within sensors and make a special invade tech attack against them, ignoring invisible and line of sight. On hit, apply the effects of the invade as normal, so the 2 heat, choosing options for each target. On a miss, targets become impaired. Even if you miss them, they become impaired. Otherwise, you just System Crusher against everybody within Sensors 15. It just... Jesus.
Yeah, what do I get in my normal ass thing? Oh, +1 for the rest of the scene, +1 accuracy on all attacks, checks, and saves, and a free boot. Okay.
This
That's
thing
pretty
is
good.
This thing is scary. I have not read this one before.
Me neither. I think this came out after we ended last campaign.
It's from Solstice Reign, yeah. Wow. Alright. In some ways, this is not a bad mech at all. Like a base platform to build off of.
Oh no.
Especially those invasions.
For that.
What's that?
GM mechs are usable through the whole game, especially because as you level up into other mechs, you can put their shit on an Everest.
Yes. We will get into that, especially once it comes time for level up. So I'm going to look at the last one real fast, the Sagaramatha, because it may be good. Oh, yes, this is a defender frame. Yes. It's a size 2 instead of a size 1. If, Lo, you click on the little icon for Sagaramatha, you'll see the size 2 will show you what an actual size 2 looks like, and it's 3 of those squares adjacent to each other.
Dang, they have 12 HP on the mech.
Gotcha. I was wondering that because I was looking at it earlier. Cool.
Yeah, that's what a size 2 looks like. Let's see. So adjacent allied characters use Sagaramatha as hardcover. Sweet. Heroism. I can brace without sacrificing any action or movement on its following turn. That's nice.
Which brace gives you damage reduction?
Yes, I believe so. And then raise a rallying banner. All allied characters in line of sight of your mech when you do this gain resistance to all damage and heat and gain plus. Oh my gosh, there's just no reason not for my character not to pick this. Okay, now the most important part of this mech. What are you gonna name it?
Norse.
I'm trying to figure out which spelling I want. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Some of these names, man.
Yeah, they're fucking great, aren't they?
The Gateless Gate.
Nothing will beat communist wokery.
Let's see. Quid pro quo. Innocent until proven. You know what? That's a really good one, as advertised. Let's see, nothing to lose, not quite. Not NIMBY. Oh my god.
Did it really put not in my backyard?
Yes, it did. You know what? I don't want to know how they generated these names because I don't want to be disappointed. But these are great.
Okay, I'm going with Brunhilde.
Brunhilde! Brunhilde! Sorry.
I like it.
Whenever I hear that name, I cannot help but think of Django.
Yes.
Her name was Brunhilde. Brunhilde! Sorry. Okay, so Brunhilde. What is Iman, your mech's name?
Castaferum.
Castaferum. I like it.
Cast iron.
Still,
sounds like
It works for a mech.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially because this one is probably not a hand-me-down, but this is a workhorse. This is not a personal mech.
Okay, I love this. Give me one example.
Yeah,
No, that's the name. That's the name.
Yeah,
it
that's the
generated.
name. That I love these mech names, man. They're so fucking good.
I'm not
I
brave
love
enough.
Lancer. God, I love Lancer so much.
Some of these read almost like Covenant names. Some ways.
Yeah, some of them have some long night
In-
of solace to them.
Indiscrimination in falling. Oh my god, this is perfect. I don't know. Maybe not. Mightier than the pen. You know what they
Oh,
say?
you know what would be a good one if you were is there like an L company of tanks?
Tanks. In what way?
You know how like the first letter of your tank name has to be your company.
Sure.
Being an L company and naming your tank Loser Says What?
It's fucking great. Discourse on the nature of actions. Could you imagine someone writing into battle on that?
No. Wait. Going into like 2001 and you named your tank Terrorist Says What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's ugh.
That one got real, buddy.
Well, I just rolled one. Historic mistake.
Dude, I feel seen! I feel understood by this game! It named a mech after me!
Dude. Just called Ask Not.
Oh, that's good.
Bitter
That's a Rowan ass mech name.
Ask Not, yes. Sappy but bittersweet.
Nah, that one's a little lame.
Fellow traveler.
I do like Fellow Traveler.
Okay, this one actually goes a little hard. The Reluctant Heir.
I need to generate another mech just so that I can look at more mech names.
It's what you do after.
It's what you do.
Genocide. It's what you do after. No. I'm gonna.
Child Soldier would be another good mech name.
No.
Or what was the line we had in Fire Strike? So easy a child soldier can do it.
Shit, we did. We're all going to hell, aren't we?
Dude, people say way worse on Twitch and are fine. We need to not self-police ourselves this hard. We need to self-police ourselves less and say funnier shit.
Okay. Just a little bit more then?
We just need to pop off a little bit more. I still haven't met your mother!
Sorry.
Dude! We could just sit here for like 3 hours reading these mech names.
Okay. So I may have to make something
legal.
I may have to just make something up custom here, but I did just roll anodyne. And I had to look up what that meant again. And an anodyne is something that relieves pain. So, basically what I'm saying is...
oh no!
Uh-oh, what'd you roll?
The chair of shame. Dude, I'm not piloting the cuck chair mech.
You can't... Stop, you can't...
Oh no! Is that what you call a Kalendula when you send someone to the Shadow Realm because they can't participate in combat anymore? Is you just say that you cuck chaired them?
I can't...
Because here's the combo you do for the cuck chair mech. So there's the Kalendula that sends them to the Shadow Realm. There's another mech that's called the Vlad, named after Vlad the Impaler, and it has like spikes that it can throw at people to immobilize them. So you send them to the Shadow Realm, you immobilize them so they can't get to the husk to get back to the real world, and you just leave them in the cuck chair zone forever.
Jesus. No. All right, I do. I'm using this one. I said I was going to make one. No. Introducing Complaint Department.
Hey, I got that one too.
I'm registering that.
Nasty, brutish, and short.
Oh, I love that. Very Hobbesian. Okay, so now that we've picked our name,
Oh
let's
no,
take a
this
look
one's just called
at
Happy Ending.
the mech itself. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Someone named their mech. That's the Gooner mech. Is called Happy Ending.
Okay, so I have to be quiet because someone's in the other room, but I have never been more disappointed to be named what I am after that became popular.
Gunner, and then everyone started going Gooner.
No.
And I'm just like, kill me now. Please, just right here. Right on the side of my forehead. Right here. Okay, but we've created a mech. Let's go ahead and open her up. We've got some stuff to fill out down at the bottom. More weapons. All the weapons. Yours are going to be a little bit different than mine, but... Oh, man. I forgot. Some of these are really fucking good. I forgot about that. I am going to filter them with weapons type. All right. Oh,
I don't know if any of you guys watch Ordinary Sausage.
I've recognized the name, but I don't know why.
He's the guy who did such things as boiling a steak in penny water.
Didn't
printer
he
ink.
pass away recently, or is that somebody
No,
else?
he's still alive despite the penny water steak.
Okay.
But when you're like, let's open her up, he has a. All right, let's open her up. See how we did.
Jesus. Okay. So I've decided that the complaint department is gonna have a giant tempest charged blade, which is a super heavy melee. As we're looking at this, to explain for low, you'll basically have a couple of tags, and at the top you'll have a threat. So, or at least for the melee weapons, it's called threat. That's the range I can hit with my melee weapon. Otherwise, I think it's just called ranged on your ranged weapons.
Yes, threat is also useful because anyone that tries to move within your threat range, you can hit. Like with an attack of opportunity, if you spend your reaction.
Just like D&D.
Yeah.
Because
And then
sometimes you'll get special reactions that you can do from your skill or from a mech system.
Yep. And then there's to the right of that you have your damage. So on a hit, this deals 3d6 plus 4.
Which
that's
is
a lot of
really
damage.
good.
And then the
That's
type of damage it does. Energy, kinetic, or explosive.
Yes.
Tech attacks
And-
are a little different. They don't have any of that.
It's useful to have a variety of damage types because certain enemies might have resistance against certain types.
Yes. The nice thing about this weapon is because even though it's a melee weapon, which means I have to get in somebody's face before I can use it. This one of the equipment tags it has is armor piercing. Pretty self-explanatory. I ignore armor. And that's a lot of damage to be ignoring armor. And then knockback 2, so on a hit, I knock them back in a straight line away from the point of origin.
Projectile victory. God,
Multiple knockback effects stack. That's awesome.
You can send someone to hell.
Or at least to the
Get
other.
out of here.
No clip to hell.
Get
So,
out of here.
I
Loser.
think if you were in a boss fight and had managed to knock the boss off the map screen, I think I would just have to say, okay, the fight's over.
Oh my god, are we playing by 40k rules where if something flees off the map, it's considered destroyed?
I mean, I don't have an answer for you, but it feels
But before Lo thinks
right.
that stuff is gonna just be a cakewalk, Gunnar, tell her about what happened when I had you guys meet Valifor for the first time.
Well, it didn't go too well. I mean, it did. It did, and then it didn't.
He had a weapon that boss NPCs can take that they can use out of turn, so they can use on someone else's turn, and they shoot you, and they either deal they deal a point of structure damage just immediately. No save, no anything.
Mhm.
They then roll a d6. On a 6, they get to do it again. And he rolled a lot of d6s that hit 6s, and he took 1 point of structure off of every player character and their pocket NPC.
Yeah. It, like I said, it went well, and then it didn't. Okay. Remind me, Rowan, the flex mount. What goes there?
Flex mounts can either have a main weapon or an aux weapon.
Okay. So I'm going to... The Tempest Charged Blade eats up 2, so I'm going to have it eat up the main and the heavy, which means I still have my flex. So I have another main, potentially.
Yes.
Because
the types of mounts that you can have in this game are aux, so you can put 2 auxiliary weapons, flex, main, or heavy. I think there might be a dedicated super heavy mount, but I think it might only be on the Barbarossa.
Maybe. Don't underestimate the aux, the smaller weapons, just because they are quote-unquote auxiliary. For example, I've mentioned my former character in a former campaign. Her mech had nothing but, so a sword, but then nothing, actually, no, it wasn't even a sword. It was a shield.
It was a concussion hammer.
No, I got rid of that.
Oh yeah, you did get rid of the shell hammer.
Because I could put 2 pistols on it instead. So I think I ended up having just 4 or 5 pistols. Now they're reloading, which is why I did the Blackbeard approach of, well, I can fire... I think I was able to shoot 3 a turn.
Yeah, you could fire 4 a turn because the way that firing weapons work...
I was going to say if I burned... Oh, yeah. No, I had to burn an ability to shoot 4 times in a turn.
Yeah, because the way weapon firing works is it's not based off the weapon, it's based off the slot. So when you do a barrage, which is a full action, you shoot 2 weapon slots. if you have multiple weapons in that slot, you fire everything in that slot.
Once you see the more specialized frames, you'll understand.
Yeah, this is all going to sound complicated until you actually get in game, and it's pretty intuitive.
Sure.
Yeah. But basically, my whole plan with that mech was I'm going to hit people with a bunch of little stuff to build up basically counters on my own abilities, and then I'm going to hit somebody with a lot of damage, I think. Because I got the Raleigh specifically, that's the mech chassis it was on, has something called a Roland chamber. And basically every time I score a hit, I get an extra round in the chamber. And once it's fully loaded, I point it at somebody and click and deal 24 AP damage. Which, well, outside of the bosses, it deleted pretty much everybody. Now, for this mech, let's see here. Shotgun.
Oh my god, I've never heard of this mech. The Kutuzov.
The Kuznetsov?
Yeah, the Kutuzov, I think is how you would say it.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked at it.
Anytime it uses a shield system during its turn, it will knock all hostile characters of its choice within sensors back 3 spaces.
Jesus. I'm not going to be afraid about throwing a shit ton of problems at you guys. Okay.
I don't think I'll be using the Tagetes.
Okay. While you're looking through weapon types, low. Because you're looking at a mech that uses tech attacks, I would encourage you to look for weapons that have the smart tag, like the Nexus. Smart. I don't know if you've read the smart tag already.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Let's click.
I can just read it for the audience if you're okay with that.
Sure.
Weapon has a self-guidance system, so self-guided projectiles, or even nanorobotic ammunition. These systems are effective enough that its attacks cannot be dodged. They must be scrambled or jammed. So because of this, all attacks with this weapon, including melee and ranged attacks, use the target's E defense instead of their evasion. Targets with no E defense count as having an 8 E defense. So that is... Yeah, if you want to focus on your systems, that's definitely a... Oh, well... It's, yeah, they use their E defense instead. Let me, in case you haven't picked up on this trend yet, I'll spell it out for the audience. Mechs that have heavy armor and good evasion typically have pretty bad E defense, and vice versa. So, for people like, well, Binsky here, if I can't hit it because it's too fast or too well armored, well, yeah, the armored part is doubtful, but too fast to hit, somebody like you will probably have a much easier time of hitting the target.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. If you've ever played the original StarCraft, it's very much a 3 kind of rock, paper, scissors kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
So, but yes. Oh, yes, Nexus Hunter Killer. Cool. Okay. The last mechanic I want to go over real fast because I remember it off the top of my head. I was looking at the mortar, and the mortar has a tag called inaccurate. Inaccurate says this attacks made with this weapon receive +1 difficulty. Now, difficulty works a little bit different. There are advantages and disadvantages in this game are not given with static +1s or +1s when it comes to attacks, things like that. They're given in things like accuracy or inaccuracy, which gives you +1 difficulty or +1, I forget what the other term for it is. But these are extra d6s that you roll that either add or subtract to your d20 roll. So, for example, if I am making an attack with two accuracies, we'll just call them that because I don't remember what the other word is, and 1 difficulty, I don't have to roll all 3d6 and then redo, and then do funky math. Basically, the one difficulty and 1 accuracy cancel out, and I roll with 1 accuracy. So I'll roll my d20 plus whatever bonuses I have, plus an extra d6 for my accuracy. So, like the mortar, it says inaccurate. This weapon receives a +1 difficulty when I shoot with it. So I have to roll a d6 and subtract that from whatever attack, from the whatever my attack roll is for this weapon.
Okay.
Other than that, I think most of these tags are pretty self-explanatory, like reliable 2. Even if I miss, I deal 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a weapon I almost took that has reliable 5, which is pretty good.
Where'd you find that?
That's the let me go back into my Mac hanger. That is the something. What's it called? Yeah, that is the Cyclonic Pulse Rifle.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. Because it's a double inaccurate, or is it just...
It's accurate. Accurate, loading, reliable 5, 3d6 plus 3 kinetic.
That's actually really, really good.
But it's also a super heavy.
Well, sure. But that's still really, really good.
Yeah. Because in terms of weapons on Castiferum, I have a thermal rifle, a charge blade, and a mortar. And the charge blade and the thermal rifle are good because they have armor penetrating. And the mortar is inaccurate, but it has arcing, which means I don't need line of sight. It's a mortar, I can shoot over cover.
Right.
Well, I don't need line of sight, they'll still get the benefit of cover. If they're in cover. But if they're out in the open, I can just stand behind a wall and thump, thump. And blast one so I can hit a lot of people if they're bunched up.
I think it makes sense to give Binsky a shotgun.
Shotgun.
So, I don't know if you're still looking at weapons or not.
I think I have mine.
What do you pick?
Yeah, I chose for the main and auxiliary mounts, I have the Nexus, Hunter Killer, and the Missile Rack.
Sweet. I like them both.
Yeah, and then flex mount, I chose the Assault Rifle. I was between that and the Mortar, but I want these.
Okay. Sounds great. And who knows how much you'll actually end up using them? It's not a huge deal. Because now we go back out to our primary tab down at the bottom. You'll notice there are little things under a couple of the weapons that say no mod installed. For system points, you can install mods. Or, down at the bottom, there's a thing that says systems. You can add systems to this.
Yeah.
So, let's take a look at... I'm going to look at the systems real fast. Just because those tend to have more... cost more system points.
Yeah, like I took the Type 3 projected shield because that just seemed really good. Yeah, I generate a heat point every time I use it, but picking a character and any attack they do until the start of my next turn gets +2 difficulty. So they'll roll 2d6 and take the higher and take that away from their attack rolls.
I remember using the rapid burst jump jet system to great effect.
Oh yeah, I got that too. When you boost, you can fly.
Yes. You must end your movement on solid ground, so a bouncy trooper.
It's a jump jet from Battletech.
Starship
you use
Troopers.
it to go up somewhere.
Right. I was thinking Starship Troopers, but yes. There's not a... Okay, there's not a system here for GMS that'll let you make the mech bigger, is there?
No, for that you need the Fomorian frame, which is a core bonus.
Gotcha. Custom paint job. Could paint it purple.
Custom paint job's good.
It was kind of good, yeah.
And
Yeah,
personalizations is also... I also need to talk to you, Gunnar, about what my personalizations are.
Okay.
Because
You can do that now or later if you like.
Yeah, we can do it now. A minor modification I've made to the mech. Has no numerical benefit beyond additional HP, but could provide other useful effects.
Okay.
And I was wondering something like... a searchlight?
Honestly, that's really useful.
Because I don't think that that's a standard system.
I don't see it here.
So, like, maybe it's a few very basic bits of equipment, like a searchlight and a tow cable.
Yeah, that's fine. A wrecker system, more or less. A recovery system, we'll call it that. How's that?
Yeah. Because I don't imagine that most mechs necessarily need searchlights because they're going to be relying on their sensors.
Right.
But having that additional redundancy of the searchlights makes sense because I imagine that Castaferum being an old tag mech, not like a personal mech, it probably started life as something like a construction or maintenance vehicle for one of the sky cities on Saurus before being retrofitted into a war machine.
That makes sense. It really does. I have no problem with that. Mech control. Interesting. I'm looking at the CompCon class assistant, and it's like So if I really wanted to, I could get out and it would take care of itself, kind of.
Yeah.
Yes. I think you can give the basic comp con like a general
Defend this area,
objective.
attack this enemy.
Yeah, it'll do a very simple objective.
Yes. Yep, defend this area, attack this enemy, protect me, etc. Which is really, really nice if you're trying to do something out in the middle of nowhere and need somebody to watch your back, right?
Yes.
And because it's a comp con and not an NHP, it cannot cascade. By the way, there are no limits to the amount of systems you can throw on except for your system points.
Yeah.
And one of the Sherman systems feels like a troll system.
What's that?
It's called it's not the Mather Stop. Basically, I don't remember what its name is, but when you overheat, you can roll again on your reactor check, but you take the worst result.
It does feel weird.
Especially because the reason you would want to re-roll is because you don't want to blow up.
Right.
Or no, you don't take the worst result, you take the new
Oh.
one, even if it's worse.
And I just went and looked. There are no weapon mods, at least for my two weapons. So
Nah, most weapon mods come from mech frames. Or not the frame, but from the license.
makes sense. So I will grab some more stuff. And by the way, mechs, unlike pilots, are a whole lot easier to swap. You will go through a combat and you say, actually, I don't like this weapon. Let's get another weapon. You just change it.
Yeah.
Mechs are really drag and drop.
Nice.
You can have multiple mechs on your character even.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that you could add one and do all that. That's cool.
Because it's probably not the same in this setting, but at least the way it works in Lancer is that mechs are 3D printable.
Okay. That's fun.
So like when you get a license level, you are using your credit as a veteran of mech combat to buy the license to print mech parts.
Okay.
Okay. Oh shit, I've still got another one. So, because I didn't like any of the other stuff, I've gone with CompCon class assistant, an EVA module, a custom paint job, armament redundancy, and personalizations.
Yeah, I also went with the custom paint job personalization combo. Then the Type 3 projected shield and the rapid burst jump jet system.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I also did custom paint job of personalizations. I did manipulators. That's a little extra set of limbs and grab stuff. So I don't know if there's ever an object or something we have to get, but we can't get it. That could do it for us.
You don't want to risk getting out to grab it.
Right. And then I picked stable structure and I liked the pattern A Jericho deployable cover. It kind of it makes 2 shields or something. 2 sections with 5 evasion and 10 HP that have to be destroyed individually. So that could be a good, if there's something on us, we can put that in front of us or something. They have to get through that.
Works for me.
Okay.
So.
Good.
Alrighty, but once that is done, congrats. You have your pilot, you have your mech. All that's left to do now is to get into combat. Everybody roll initiative. I mean, wait,
There is no
that's not
initiative
how...
in this system.
Hey, shh. If you're not careful, I'm going to start using Kairos points.
Do it.
No, because there's no Kairos in this system.
Call them something else. I stole them from someone else who used them in a Warhammer game and called them Chaos Points. But then they would flip into Sigmar points.
Sigmar points. Oh, I was thinking 40k. Sorry, my bad. You're right. I was like Sigmar points and 40k. What is this?
The better Emperor.
He is actually not a total dick.
No, Sigmar's pretty based.
Okay. So, you got all your stuff picked out, Lo?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's say next time we get into combat, there is down in the bottom right-hand corner of your page something called active mode. It is the little power button looking thing.
Yeah.
If you click it, you... Well, it's pulling up my... Okay. It pulls up your character sheet. Bottom left, there's it says Start Mission. You click it, it'll ask you to pick a mech. I'm picking the Complaint Department. Engage combat mode. Congrats! Now we are in combat. You'll notice there are all sorts of things to keep you remembering how much of each you have. Movement, structure, stress, armor, heat, HP, repair capacity, overcharge. Oh, I forgot to explain overcharge. We'll get to that in a minute. But, and at the top, some drop downs for different statuses that you might have, conditions, resistances, for things that happen while you're in battle. It gives you the stats of all the stuff on your vehicle again. Down at the bottom, you've got all your weapons. I will say right now, since I'm looking at it, you'll notice your weapons typically have either 1 or 2 attack options.
Yeah.
My Tempest Charged Blade, because it's a super heavy, I have to barrage with. So that's your full action attack. Your smaller stuff has a skirmish option, so that's your half action attack, where it's 1 mount. So, there's all that.
Yeah.
All of the other stuff to remember. Continue, sorry.
Oh no, I just said okay.
There are drop downs for your pilot talents that you can open or close to remind you what those talents are, how they work. If you have a talent that has a special action, there will be a way to click it, and then it will let you know that it's been used. Yeah. Oh boy. I think that is all I have to say about that. Can always... Let's see. Bottom right-hand corner of your sheet while in combat will have 5 little drop-downs to let you know basically, hey, you've used your movement or you haven't used your movement. Well, why'd you do that? Sorry. You've used a quick action or you haven't. You've used a reaction or you haven't. You've used your free action or you haven't. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
All of this will become a lot more intuitive once we actually get into a combat.
Sure.
But that being said, the characters, they are built. The game, it has crashed on me. Why?
It sounds
I
like
don't
good
know.
timing.
All right, I am back in. Now, this is our last opportunity, I think, as collaborators to tie up any loose ends we may be interested in talking about. So far, I know from each of you, well, one of you, how your character how your character was raised, how you became involved with mechs, and how you got to where you are now. The other one, I will have a talking to. I will have a talk and make him an offer he can't refuse. Anyway, no, I will learn a little bit more about Imam. Um, that's such an interesting name to name your kid. Sorry, I mean, it's just, I don't know, you know.
It's
Well,
different. They have a
Imam,
different culture.
well, but so Imam is, a position within the clergy.
Mm-hmm.
Generally a prayer leader. A position of some status. So to me, I'm like, okay, parents, why'd you name your kid that? What are your aspirations, hopes for your kid here? Did he live up to him? Are they not? Or is there tension there? Is there what's going on here? So just me reading way too far into that. And then by the way, you take their Kith name, which is Khalid, which is forever or eternal or immortal,
Mm-hmm.
and you get something like
The immortal prayer leader.
well, so um, you could probably pastor is probably not not is a little bit of a romanticization of the name, but uh, you know anyway, it's just interesting. I like it. And then you have Dux, which remind me Dux's last name.
uh, Fundaman.
Dux Fundament. Short for anything or
No,
Duculon.
that's the birth name. Bunch of rock bumpkins, and that's what they named the kid.
well, they probably had that surname, right?
Oh yeah, Fundaman was part of it. Yeah, that was honestly just a
But
slightly.
they
Is
just
For me,
wanted to name their
is
kid
that the proper
Dux.
spelling before?
I looked up what's Latin for foundation, and then I just changed it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. That makes sense because this one. Yeah. Okay. Because we're already on it. Yes. Is this how you spell the name?
Oh,
Fundament.
let me get back in there and make sure. Hang on. I was in there earlier. I think it. Yeah.
M-U-N or M-I-N?
So it is Funda, and then it's like MEN.
Ah, okay. Like fundamental. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Let me think here. For you guys, anything you guys want to add?
Mm.
Imam is a magic user.
What's that?
He isn't entirely sure himself because he is part of the Second Great Awakening.
What's that?
As we discussed earlier in our microscope, it's been happening recently that people are just awakening to magic ability who did not have it before.
Interesting. So what you're saying is I need to develop a Vancian magic system for Lancer.
Fuck no.
Spell
Hell.
slots and all.
You know the dog that hell no.
Okay. Imam is a magic user. Okay.
He was not born one, but he awoke to being a magic user later in life.
Woke up one day and realized my hair was blue. And everybody was treating me like I was a main character or some shit, so...
He woke up being a new type in Gundam.
I've never seen that Zoid before. A shield liger. Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
That being said,
I will not make him as annoying as most new types, though. I can't put enough points into fucking Spot and Rita Sitch, since their whole deal is they're like, I see things before they happen.
To be fair, this system has talents that some would consider unnatural.
True.
Mm.
Some would consider.
You know, like being an empath. Right. Is it possible
New
to learn
types
this
are
power?
empaths for other
No.
new types.
Right. Not for a Jedi.
Not for a Jedi. I am the Senate. Not yet.
Our new galactic empire. Sorry, what?
I mean, the
The
first galactic empire.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh man.
We're gonna have
Me
some
when I
fun
stubbed
as
my
though.
toe one day. This attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed.
Anything else before we go? And I have a lot of work to do.
I think we're good.
Say that you think we're good?
I think we're good. For most
You guys happy with this world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I need to, I will reach out about your guys' respective home planets or other things about your characters. But generally, I feel like this is going to be a campaign focusing on our characters and their... Oh god, I'm just about to describe every story. And their relationships with, well, each other, their... we'll call them families, and all of the friends or not so friendly people they meet along the way. So,
I imagine a large part of this will also be how they deal with the movers and shakers of this time. I feel like someone's got to be kind of a badass to earn the title of the Unifier.
Oh, trust me, I have already been getting snappy one-liners for When I say snappy, I mean awful. I mean, like, some of them are, like, genuinely, like, head in hands, dad joke awful one-liners. Now, for the tags, I was nice. I just put something down like tag group on course, on time, on target. But then we have people like the Lucky Stars, which is probably every public expose, because of course I feel like they're a group of WWE wrestlers but mech pilots. So they probably sign off with things like, and remember, don't forget to thank your lucky stars. Because, like I said,
Load up the rocket fuel. Load up the spaceship.
or like Red Giant Shipping, or I'm sorry, Logistics and Shipping. Don't go it alone. Stand on the shoulders of giants. Which is just so fucking corporate, it makes my eyes bleed. Anyway. Is this important? No. But it helps me get a feel for what the groups are like. And to me, that kind of style is worth all of the substance in the world.
Yeah.
So that
I'll
being
have to
said,
send you the video that inspired me for how tag groups work.
please do. Because I admittedly did take that one-liner from War Thunder of all places.
You got
On
a
course,
hole in your
on
left
time,
wing!
and on target. On course, on time, and on target. We're fine. How about you?
You got a hole. Attack the D point. Never.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here. What have we been getting out of here on?
Usually RIPs, but we could.
Yeah, you RIP something, but what? Nothing's. Let's get out of here on a communist wokery.
Communist. Fine.
Communist wokery.